Happy New Year, folks. It's Dave back from the iReady podcast, giving you my post-match reaction to the match which has just finished at Ibrox in the league against Kilmarnock, where we have ran out 3-1 winners. Excellent game for us to get back after possibly a potential hangover from the last game at the weekend when we played Celtic. Thankfully, though, the players looked well up for it. So, getting into the game and the starting lineup, a couple of changes, one being forced. So, the team that Philip Clement put out was Butland in goals, a back four of Tavernier, Goldson, Suter coming in for the suspended Liam Balogun, and Ridvan at left back. In midfield, Lundstrom, Dowell and Cantwell. Up front, McCausland, Sima and Dessers. On the bench, McCrory, the new loan signing Silva, who we've got on loan from Wolves, made the bench. Lammers, Matondo, Sterling, Scott Wright, King, the return, thankfully, again of Raskin, who made it to the bench, and Devine. So a couple of changes, like I said, Fabio Silva on the bench also, so that was good to get a wee glance at him. Now, obviously, the date being the 2nd of January, we had our minute silence, the anniversary of the tragic death of 66 Rangers fans who sadly lost their lives in January 1971, which was impeccably managed as expected by all at Ibrox. And also the Loving Cup ceremony took place today as well, with the Kilmarnock officials being the first home match of 2024. So getting into the game, the first 5 minutes of the match, Rangers getting a lot of joy in the wide areas with McCausland and Sima getting a lot of the ball, just final balls not coming off. And then on the 7th minute, the first sort of real chance with the ball picked up in the edge of the Kilmarnock box by Dowell. A wee flick to McCausland, back to Dessers. He has a low shot, not a lot of power in it, just past the post, so maybe unlucky there. Then on the 16th minute, a wonderful diagonal ball from Connor Goldson straight to the feet of Abdallah Sima inside the box. He goes for the low cross to the back post. It deflects off the Killie defender, and the goalkeeper has to pull off a fantastic dive and save, and off the post out for a corner. But unfortunately, that came to nothing. Then in the 21st minute, good play by Yilmaz. He beats his man on the left wing. Cross into Dessers, who didn't get enough height on the ball, heads the ball, but it loops over the bar. Still 0-0 at that stage. But then on the 29th minute, a real scare for Rangers. Bit of a mix-up in defence between Goldson and Yilmaz, not one of them picking up Vassell, who picked up a ball through, and he found himself one-on-one with Jack Butland. Hits the low shot, but Butland right out, makes himself big and pulls off a fantastic save to keep the score at 0-0. So thinking that we were going to be going into half-time at 0-0, thankfully that wasn't the case, because on the 44th minute it was a great goal for Rangers, and Dessers, who me, along with many others, were giving him a lot of stick during this game, but a moment of magic from him. A phenomenal ball. He'd got the ball on the halfway line on the left wing. He looked up, he saw McCausland making a run through the middle and played a wonderful ball, curled right through to the feet of McCausland. Great first touch into the box, and he fires it low past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Rangers. What a fantastic goal that was for the young man. And then we doubled our lead only 3 minutes later, just before half-time. The ball from Connor Goldson just inside the Rangers box. We all know that Goldson likes that long diagonal ball, but he plays a fantastic diagonal ball into the box. It comes to Sima. He goes to control it with his chest, his shoulder. The ball flicks right up in the air. Sima just completely turns his man. The ball falls, and he hits it with a stunning volley past the Kilmarnock goalkeeper. You'll not see a bit better goal than that. Absolutely tremendous goal from Sima. And that is what rounded out the action in the first half. So 2 excellent goals for Rangers, both within the last 3 minutes of the first half. Into the second half, no real changes for Rangers. In the 52nd minute, McCausland on the right wing into Cantwell. He strides forward, takes a shot, but just over the bar from the edge of the box. Expecting Cantwell to get that on target there, really, with his ability. 55th minute, John Lundstrom wins the ball in midfield. He plays the through ball to Dowell in the middle, just at the edge of the box. The ball flicks up nicely for him. He goes for it, hits the shot on the bounce, and it loops just over the bar. It dipped just that bit too late and ends up over the bar, so still 2-0 at that stage. But then 56th minute, Kilmarnock on the attack into the Rangers box. They're on the right hand side. There's a cross in, a low cross. Suter goes in to try and win the ball. I thought his arm was at his side, couldn't put it anywhere. The ball did strike his arm, but I don't know what else he could have done. And a lengthy VAR check was complete, and John Beaton and Andrew Dallas, who was overseeing this, have came up with it was a penalty. So for all the conspiracy theorists on the east end of Glasgow who have been talking about penalties for a long time at Ibrox, go and have a look at that one, because that was harsh. But Kilmarnock, Armstrong, Kilmarnock player, steps up, smashes the penalty pass Butland into the back of the net to make it 2-1 to Rangers. So Killie back in it, but thankfully we didn't have to wait too long to restore the 2-goal lead, because on the 61st minute Rangers get their third, and it was Sima with a fantastic ball to Yilmaz on the left wing. Yilmaz had a great game, a great low cross to the front post, and it was Todd Cantwell who raced in, got in front of the defender and just dinks the ball past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Great team goal for Rangers, and fantastic that we were able to pressure straight away after Killie pulling that goal back. 70th minute, a double sub for Rangers with Dowell and Dessers coming off, Dujon Sterling and the new boy Fabio Silva coming on to replace them. 76th minute, a great chance for Cantwell, should have made it 2 for him and 4 for Rangers. McCausland, he gets the ball on the right hand side, he sees Cantwell running through the centre with no one on him, plays the perfect ball through, great touch, puts himself through 1-on-1 with the keeper. I thought he could have taken an extra touch, but he decided to hit it first time, and a good save by the Kilmarnock goalkeeper, and they're able to clear it, so he'll be disappointed with that one. 80th minute, chance for Kilmarnock on the edge of the box. Player gets a curling shot just inches past the post. 84th minute, double sub, McCausland and Sima off, Matondo and Wright on, and that's the last that we'll see Sima for a wee while as he goes to the African Nations Cup. Nothing much happening after that, really just running the game out. The 88th minute, Cantwell off, and the return of Nicholas Raskin, which was great to see. He comes off the bench, and then the referee blew the full-time whistle. So an excellent performance, you have to say. Some fantastic goals. Special mention for Yilmaz, who I thought was fantastic today. There's been a lot of talk of replacement left-backs. I thought he was excellent against Celtic as well. So maybe starting to show some of the form that we paid all that money for, but I really did think he had an excellent game. So great team performance, we have to say. Hard conditions, because we did think there could possibly be a wee hangover from that last game, but thankfully not. We keep the pressure up, and as Derek and I will get into in the main pod that we're recording tomorrow night, that's 6 games we've played, and we've won 5 of those 6 games, which is a fantastic achievement. I don't care what anyone says, and I do realise that the last game against Celtic was disappointing, but really when we go back and look at everything that happened there, we really should have came away with that with at least a draw. So certainly a lot to look forward to. The transfer window has now opened. I really hope that the board back Clement, because I feel for the first time in a long while that we've got the real deal in charge of our club. So I'm going to leave it at that, people. Like I said, Derek and I will be back. We are recording our main pod tomorrow. It's going to be a long one because of work and other commitments, and it being the holiday period. We've not been able to get a podcast out up until now, so we've got a lot of games to cover. There is a hell of a lot of talking points, so please bear with us. I'm sure it's going to be a good one. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your night, folks. We will speak soon, and bye-bye.